Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aloha Press Show. This is episode 2, our predictions of the Bermuda Championship. Jeff, how are we doing, buddy?
Just as good as I was doing earlier,
Yeah, that's good.
I'd be doing better if I had a little bit of whiskey in my cup, but it's just soda waters tonight. So.
Some brown liquor. What's
Yeah.
so? What's Jeff's favorite brown liquor? While we're on the notion, what's the go-to if you had to put your thumb on it?
Well, I'm pretty simple to please. I'll drink anything, but if you're just a normal night hanging out with me, Gentleman Jack, Crown Royal, it's pretty simple. You can drink them both straight. If you want to mix them with some Coke, they're not too expensive. You're not going to get mad at anybody. So, I got a couple special bottles over there, but I got to save those. One of them I got to give to you. So.
Yes, you do.
And I got to buy a head cover. What else do I got to do? I got my ass beat. That's all I know.
I just know Tahoe cost you a few dollars.
Yeah, I got fucking whooped up.
Yeah, that's Gentleman Jack. I'm not gonna lie, Gentleman Jack is probably one of the better whiskeys that is in the sub $25 range. But yeah, let's go too. All right, moving on. Bermuda Championship. This is not gonna be covered a lot. I mean, the Aloha Press is doing it big. We're taking it to new levels. I mean, this championship was tough to even find. It was challenging to find any research, let alone to know who's actually playing in the event. There's not a lot of top guys in the world playing this week at the Bermuda, but it's going to be held at Port Royal Golf Course out in the Atlantic Ocean. I wanted to go to the event. They're having fans this week. Limited amount, but I was excited about it. Jeff, you've been to Bermuda. You've been to this particular golf course. Insight. Any tips for these guys going out to Bermuda?
So these guys are going to probably tear it up if it's not too windy. I think the day we played, it rained a little bit on us, but the wind was not bad, and it's a super fun course. It's going to be really easy for them. They're going to tear it up. Bermuda is an amazing place. If you ever get a chance, it is a great vacation spot. The people are awesome. The way of life is different out there. I wish we could go. It would be really fun to get out there and, maybe never come back.
Maybe next year. I mean, maybe we'll be maybe we'll have a media pass that we'll get to take advantage of. I don't know if we can afford the plane tickets. The Aloha Press is working on a budget, but maybe a rowboat, maybe a 14-foot aluminum fishing boat. I don't know what we could be working with. Maybe we could hitch a ride to Cuba and then somehow get there. But
take us fucking 6 months to get there by boat.
Yeah, I mean, in preparation for this week, I mean, not a lot of big names. I mean, Brendan Ta's the defending champion this week. And he played earlier this week at the Zozo. He's making the trek all the way from California to Bermuda. Jeff, how tough is that flight? I mean, traveling not only across country, but like another 3 hours. Like it's got to be challenging.
Yeah, because I think most people flying in New York, so you got a 6-8 hour flight right there, and then another couple hours over the ocean. It's not easy travel, especially when it gets a little stormy out there. Kind of like their signature drink, the dark and stormy out there drinking rum and rum swizzles. I'm telling you, dude, it's a fucking spot. I can get drunk on rum every day out there on the beach. The beaches are pink. The sand is pink. The water is clear. It is the best place in the world.
I want to go, man, and the Aloha Press needs to go. I think that's an appropriate spot to watch some golf and interview some of these players. I mean, you've got guys like Doc Redmond, Henrik Norlander, Emiliano Grillo, Denny Burkhardt. I mean, these are guys that no one knows anything about, and they're in the freaking top ranked of this week. I mean, Jeff, who are you going with this week for the Bermuda Championship?
Well, since the names you just named off are about the only ones I know that are playing in it,
I was going to take more.
I was going to take a wild guess and just hope that somebody was going to be there.
Yeah.
And that's your boy Pat Perez. I think that's a good spot for him.
He's going to be there.
See, all right, then I'm going old Pat Perez. He cut the locks so the wind won't be blowing those things around and bothering him. He's kind of a laid back, chill guy. Likes to drink and party. sit out by the beach. I think that's a good spot for him.
I just feel like Pat Perez might miss his tee time, like getting a massage in a hut on the beach. Like that's just the vibe I get. Like he's played so well for so long. And I don't mean like winning a bunch. I mean like he just always seems to be around and just has always figured it out and has always kind of won those off week tournaments. And I just see him like being in a little hut, maybe fishing, not playing a whole lot of golf, but hey, I love it. I mean, I've picked him before up in Reno. I think he got lost in an Atlantis or a golden Sierra or what was great pick. I love it. Pat Perez. Holy shit. Good to know him. I'm stretching out, I'm going with a much wiser choice in my particular mind. I'm going with Henrik Stenson. I mean, Open Championship winner. He has not played well in the last several years. But the trusty, I think he's English, maybe Irish. I don't know.
Hey, I think that's a really good pick because that dude hits his 3-wood farther than most guys hit their driver, and he keeps it super low in the wind. That's probably a good pick out there.
I think so. So the thing about picking the winners, and last week we didn't do a great job of it, but we did a good job in the newsletter. I have to congratulate Eddie Maria. I mean, holy shit, the dude goes out and not only picks John Rahm in a limited field event and takes home some whiskey, which I have to send him, and then some gear, which I still have to send him, but then goes out and picks Patrick Cantlay last week at Zozo Championship, and sure enough, he's sending me emails like, hey bro, like what the hell, like I'm 2 for like 4. And that's incredible odds when you're picking winners at the PGA Tour.
Hey, he does a good job. I'll say this. If he actually went up and put money on these bets, these guys would never win. So he's just got to stick to betting with the Aloha Press because he doesn't lose anything, and he's always getting free bottles of booze and shirts and hats.
He's got like $150 worth of shit coming to him. Like, it's incredible. I mean, I wish he would have, some spare time, to really step up, jump on the YouTube show, maybe get a computer or iPhone with a Zoom on it and make his expert predictions. I mean, fuck, he's better in Vegas right now.
Hey, I think when we get ready to do the pre-Masters show with the winners, obviously we'll bring Ben in and maybe a few other guys. I think we've got to pressure Eddie to get on here, show his mug, let the people know who he is, and make his pick on the podcast.
I completely agree. It's something that he's got to get done, and we're going to work on that in the coming weeks. But in preparation for the Masters, Bryson DeChambeau, I mean, is back in the news. I mean, he is posting pictures on a social media account that he just carried it 400 yards on his TrackMan with 211 mile an hour ball speed. Jeff, does this mean anything to you?
Well, it meant something more to me when I first saw it until you just told me that he had a 20-mile-an-hour wind behind him. That just defeats everything that he just put out there. Like, who fucking cares, dude? Right? I hit a ball 438 yards up at Toyabe one time. I had 48 mile an hour wind behind me in hard fairways. Like, that's just dumb.
He's chasing headlines, and it's like a bad tabloid in the supermarkets. It's a bit ridiculous because on the TrackMan you can clearly see like downwind 20 miles an hour, and he's not even using the 48-inch driver that he claimed that he was taking all these weeks off to put into play for Augusta. He's out doing that with his standard 45.5-inch driver. It's disgusting, Bryson. It's absolutely gross that you were posting this nonsense.
Well, and I heard that he hit 2,000 drivers, right, during this week off and in preparation. And we're not big fans of his, but if he wins the Masters, it works, whatever. Do your thing. He's already got a US Open.
I get it. I just, instead of posting like photos of your TrackMan, like, let's post some pictures of who you're dating. Like, let's see who's on the arm. Like, show off the candy. I mean, give us what we're working with. I mean, you're flying around in private jets, driving Bentleys, hitting 400-yard bombs. Like, what are you doing after, I don't know, when the sun goes down? Are you still hitting bombs with your buddies in your living room? Or are you hitting other things. Like, get to it. I mean, I want to see what you're working with. Like, let's be the real judge, okay? Because when it comes down to it, okay, no one cared about how many victories Tiger Woods had. They cared about how hot his wife was, right? Until she beat up his car with a 7-iron, but that's the drama we're looking for.
I think this needs to make the Instagram little clips.
Yes.
Maybe tag Bryson, see if we can get a reaction out of him. But you're absolutely right. So
I went deep. I went deep, Jeff. I don't know if we can come back from that one.
it's all right.
In other headlines, Tiger Woods has teased.
Are you? What are you doing after the sun goes down? Are you still hitting bombs in your living room? Or are you hitting other things?
That's a real question. I mean, if we're having cocktails and beverages with a guy, I just want to know. I mean, I don't understand. Like, you're that pop. Like, I saw the film. Okay, you're getting off a jet, climbing into a Bentley by yourself with the camera guy. I just don't. Do you pay for the girls? Like, what? Did she have her own plane? Did you make her ride Southwest? Like, what the fuck's going on, bro? And where are you flying to? Like, I just don't understand. Like, are you flying to the factory where they produce 48-inch drivers? Like, what? And I don't know. It's gross. But moving on. Tiger Woods at the Zozo Championship, really kind of tempted us and was unsure about playing anytime before the Masters. And after this week, he did not play well. And competitive golf seems like he needs to do more of. He hinted at going and playing at the Houston Open the week prior to the Masters, which he's never done before. Jeff, Houston Open's having 2,000 fans to their brand new golf. They're not brand new, but their golf course that's being redesigned with assisted by Brooks Koepka. Do you think Tiger Woods should even play in this event or just go back to Florida and work on his game?
Well, like I said last week, I don't think any of the guys, especially the big name guys, should play in it, because if you fucking get dinged with some COVID and have to miss the Masters, it's going to make for terrible viewing for us and for yourself. Do I think he needs it? Absolutely. The guy needs to play as much competitive golf as he can. I don't care how old he is. It's going to Houston. I'm assuming it's going to be a little warm out there. He'll be okay. Even if he misses the cut, at least get a couple rounds in.
Well, the only thing that hesitates me, Tiger's hosting the Masters dinner, and that's going to continue. I mean, that tradition's going to fall into place. Can you imagine Tiger Woods gets COVID and then infects everyone at the Masters? Like, that could be a nightmare. Like, I don't know how secluded you could keep Tiger Woods at the Houston Open, but I think it's a great avenue. I think Tiger Woods should play a couple rounds, even if he does get cut. Get those competitive juices flowing, because clearly, if his game is like his haircut, it's not going well. Can he decide either to keep your hat on or cut your damn hair? Like, it's time to shave, Tiger. Okay. You're not cool, Tiger, anymore because you're going bald, okay? Shave it all off or don't take the hat off. I think that's the rule, right?
That is a good rule. But on to your other point about him getting COVID and the Masters dinner, I'm pretty sure Tiger's on the same level as Nick Saban and
Yes.
Donald Trump. So I think at some point he's going to be okay. There's no way that they're not going to have him there.
I mean, they might shut the country down if Tiger Woods isn't at the Masters again. I mean, I put the tinfoil hat on earlier this year and said Tiger was not going to be able to play the Masters, and they just shut the world down. Some of our viewers, listeners disagreed with that. I thought our president, Trump, decided, hey, if Tiger's not going to be at the Masters, we're shutting the country down. But hey, I think he'll figure it out. I'm sure Tiger Woods has the same doctor Nick Saban does, and will be absolutely fine. But Phill went out and made some comments about, participating either in the Houston Open or another Champions Tour event. And some of the comments were disgusting, Jeff. I just got to read to what his thought process was. Okay, and this is almost sad when it comes to Phill Mickelson, because you and I are huge fans of Phill. He was a guy I idolized. I played really shitty golf for many years because I tried to play like Phil Mickelson, which was really horrible. Okay. But he went on and said, for me personally, I don't like the risk that having that happen the week before the Masters, Mickelson said Wednesday at the Zozo Championship. I just feel like the week before the Masters, like that's a big tournament we have, and I just don't want to have any risk heading in there. 3 days later, Mickelson clarified his stance on Houston. He told Golf Channel that it's not the deciding factor. I'm sure the tour will do a great job of making it safe. Instead, Mickelson said he needs to decide which option is best for him in preparation, either the Houston Open or the Charles Schwab Cup. And Jeff, what's his best avenue? Houston Open or another fucking Champions Tour event?
No, he needs to play in the Houston Open if he's going to play golf, especially getting ready for a Masters. If he goes and plays in the Champions Tour, Charles, whatever, he's going to win, and it's going to do absolutely nothing for him. And we just saw what happened coming off a victory. He can't play. The PGA Tour is different.
I just feel like it's like me going and saying like, hey, I'm going to go to the local gym. Okay. I'm going to go play some pickup basketball. And instead of playing with the big boys on the big boy hoop, I'm going to go play with the 8-year-olds on the fucking 7.5 foot hoop and just go full Shaquille O'Neal. Like, it's not fair, Phil. Like, you're clearly better than these old guys. Like, because one, they need medication at certain times. Like, they have to, walk occasionally. Like, they get tired often. They can take a cart. Like, it's a 54-hole event. I mean, it's just as healthy as Phil Mickelson got this year. His fucking attitude is just horrible. That's all I know.
And no, he needs to play in the PGA Tour events. And like I said, he might play well at the Masters. He's still got the game. It's just fucking missing at times.
It's just a matter of putting it together. I mean,
yeah,
just kind of scary. So the thing that we have we've put out some feelers to the listeners and viewers here at the YouTube show and the podcast, but one of the segments that was brought up that we kind of danced around because it's definitely I don't want to say a controversial take, but it might get Jeff and I in some hot water, not with necessarily YouTube or Apple Podcasts or Golf Channel or getting sued. It involves our wives. And sometimes when we play certain games on this particular show, like Hot or Not, sometimes our words are recorded and we can get into some trouble. The fans want it back, Jeff. Hot or not, I mean, let's bring it back, buddy. Let's see if you and I live another day commenting on some of these factors. Jeff, we talked about it earlier in the week. Said, hey, we got to bring the segment back. Let's roll the dice. Maybe think before we talk. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. I'm talking out loud. I'm thinking and talking out loud. So I talked to the wife. I'm like, hey, it's a popular segment. And she's like, go for it. It's no big deal. Which is a key. I should cut. I can't talk about this. Fuck. Hot or not, Jeff? Let's get into it, buddy. I mean, who do you got for hot or not? Because I've got one. Do you have one?
So you scared me earlier today when we talked about it because in my mind, hot or not meant female golfers, right? That's what we're going to, because that's what we've done in the past.
Yes.
Typically the winner, of a tournament. And then you told me that it didn't have to be just golfers. It didn't have to be people. It could be anything, right?
I did say
that. So all of a sudden my mind shifted and I went to something that's completely different. And you're probably going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? It's okay. But I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. Like,
yeah,
we'll see. I don't know what you're going to do either. So
let's roll the dice, hot or not. If you guys enjoy this segment, please leave a comment. Leave an Apple Podcast review if it's a wonderful review. If it's not, keep it to yourself. But Jeff, who do you got, hot or not? Let's hear it.
Well, it's more of a.
Am I gonna have to Google style. This shit? Okay.
It's more of it's more of a style. It's a style question, hot or not, right? So I noticed this week on the PGA Tour that some of the boys, some of the more popular guys out there, were back in sweater vests with short sleeve collared shirts underneath. So my hot or not for you is the sweater vest on the golf course.
golf has progressed, okay? And when golf started, there was sheep running around, and they would cut the hair of the sheep, the cotton, or not the cotton. What is sheep? What is sheep?
Wool.
Wool. Okay, they'd cut the wool and they'd weave it into these horrible, thick, nasty sweaters. It's because that's all they had. If Tiger Woods wears a fucking another goddamn sweater, it's absolutely not. It's not hot. It's horrible. It's disgusting. I saw it too. JT was wearing one. I mean, Phill was wearing some weird sweater vest looking thing. Tiger was in this navy shirt and then black sweater vest. It looked like someone knitted it. It looked like he got it from the thrift store and slapped a check mark on it and called it good. Like, I just don't understand the technology that we have in clothing these days. The wool sweater vest should never be in anyone's fucking closet ever again.
Was that an okay, hot or not topic?
It absolutely was. It almost angered me. I almost had to take a break. I mean, so Jeff, what's your hot? I mean, is it hot or is it not? Are you going to the Nike outlet store or the I don't even know where you get the sweater. I've walked past these sweater vests thinking that it was just mismarked, and it was 1982 when these things came out. I mean, Jeff, is it hot or not?
So absolutely not, especially with a short sleeved shirt underneath it. That's even worse. I mean, at least wear a long sleeve.
What are you keeping warm? Your boobs? Like what? Your belly button? Like what's underneath there? I just don't get it. Like there's not even pockets. It's just a wool. It's just, I don't know. It's weird.
It's definitely not. It's a big time not for me.
So as you went the other direction, and because when you and I spoke, I was like, we need to be more professional. We're having a guest on. Like, let's really ramp it up. And then I talked to a couple individuals, and they're like, hell no, don't do that shit. Like, go crazy. Of course you're going to talk about an LPGA tour player. Like, why the hell not? I mean, hot or not, let's throw it on the line. Let's see if we get canceled. Hell, what's the other option on YouTube? Is it no YouTube? I mean, sure, there's probably another video platform. TikTok has got to be a good option for this hot or not segment. I mean, have you seen what's on TikTok? I don't know what algorithm is shaping videos to you, but all I get is ass shaking on mine. Like, and what's that one song, WAP? Have you listened to that shit? It's incredible. Talking about wet ass something. And
I'm guessing that our TikTok feeds look very similar. About 90% women, 5% golf, and maybe 5% like barbecue. That's about mine.
See, just replace barbecue with business stuff. Like that's. Anyways, my hot or not this week is Danielle Kang. She was highlighted on the LPGA Tour event. She came in second. Danielle Kang, Jeff, is she hot or is she not?
You know what? Weirdly, I'm gonna say hot. I don't why I don't know. I know you probably don't agree with me, but I'm gonna go yeah. I mean, much better looking than some of the other ones we've tried this with. So
I went with a leaner. I threw out a leaner. So I was thinking about this. I took a lot of thought. I skimmed her Instagram pictures. She follows us, or we might follow her. I don't know which one it is, but I've decided that Danielle Kang, the golfer, is absolutely not. She looks like a little boy running around out there. I feel like she'd be a great addition to the Aloha Press. I mean, get her out there. I feel like she could be one of the boys, like talking shit, hitting great golf shots. And I'm like, absolutely not. She's one of the boys. But then sometimes the LPGA does a great job of dressing these girls up. And I don't know who did her makeup, but she's in like an MGM Vegas look. And I'm like, she went from like a 2 to a 10. It was incredible. It was like absolutely hot. So this week for me, Danielle Kang is both a hot and a not in my eyes. So we'll see if that gets us canceled.
Hey, I'm impressed. I thought there was no way for sure with you, but hey.
That's the way it goes. All right, let's get into our second favorite segment of the show. this is something we're bringing back. Last week we kind of skipped out, and I apologize. We were moving. I don't know if you could tell. My office has changed. Still has no decorations on the wall. Looks like Ben Smithers' house, but keep in mind, I mean, we brought back some listener questions. We jumped on Instagram. We asked the followers, and we got some return. And I appreciate it. Thank you guys. So, Jeff, do you want to go ahead and start with some of our questions?
Yeah, I got 2 of them this week. I don't know how many you got. Maybe more than me, I would imagine. But first one, so this one kind of goes with my hot or not question. But the first one comes from Jack out in Ione, California. He wants to know, 1, who you think is the best dressed professional golfer on tour, and then 2, who do you think is the worst?
Are we talking LPGA or PGA Tour?
Or PGA Tour.
Okay. All right. I think the worst dressed, anyone that wears Hugo Boss. Okay. 1, because I don't.
Henrik Stenson?
Henrik Stenson, Patrick Cantlay. I don't even know where you shop for this crap. Like, it doesn't, like, it looks like okay. Like, I feel like you could go to court, you could go to church, you could go to Sunday dinner. It looks great, but it's not great golf attire. Patrick Cantlay, Henrik Stenson, absolutely not. Like, Hugo Boss, not a great look. Now, the guy who's got some style, and I'm going to give him credit because he reps it, and he does a really good job of it. And this isn't probably the most popular take. Harry Higgs, I mean, holy shit. I mean, if you're going to go all in, I mean, there's a reason you leave all the buttons, down. I mean, it's not the most flattering gear in the world. I don't even know who makes this shit, but I think it's Adidas. I mean, it's a good look. I mean, I'm going with Harry Higgs, buddy. Who do you got? Right. Who do you got dressed to the 9 or looking like the -9?
So when it comes to the best dress, like, obviously I'm a fan of Nike, and I stick to it. And I don't particularly like this golfer. I really don't. I think he's a puss. I think he quits all the time. I think he's always hurt. But Jason Day, he has always got a very clean look with the Nike gear, always the latest and greatest. His cleats are freaking sparkly clean. He likes white shoes like I do. So I like his style. I think he's one of the best dressed, if not the best dressed out there. My fucking worst one, though, is going to surprise you because he's probably the most handsome man on the PGA Tour.
Okay.
And that's Adam Scott. But fuck, he's wearing clothes from 1990, dude. He's got pleated fucking khaki pants, a fucking cashmere sweater. Like, somebody's got to get. He got Mercedes-Benz symbols all over. Somebody's got to get him some new wardrobe.
He sometimes looks like an old school NASCAR driver. It's like you fucking sold every part of that goddamn shirt. It's disgusting.
Right, his pants look like David Duvall's from back in the day. Like, it pains me to see him, and he wears like the old school golf spikes. It's just not a good look.
And you know what? The more I think about it, Jeff, I gotta add one player to the list, and it's not one particular player. It's more like a country. Any player from Japan. I don't know what the hell your companies are, but they're ugly. Like, the company brands on this shit. Kevin Na, you're not even from Japan, but holy shit. Like, the Asian culture of their clothing, whatever they put it on makes it fucking horrible. It is it's gross. And Zozo, you need to work on some of those logos. Like, type in thealohapress.com/pro shop. Okay. Get a pen out, take some notes, maybe print some shit off. Okay. And get some designs, free of charge. So,
hey, the more gear you keep putting up on the website, the more I just keep thinking at some point we're going to have to sponsor somebody because somebody's got to get this shit out there in the public eye.
I completely agree. We're going to have to work on that. So I've got a question from @KateHatesGolf. She asks, if you were allowed to be at Sherwood Country Club on Sunday, which group would you follow? Would you follow the folks in contention, JT, John Rahm, or would you follow Adam Long, Tiger Woods, and Phil Mickelson?
So in a heartbeat, I'd follow fucking Phill, a Tiger all day long. You got to do it while you can. I don't fucking care. And I'd be screaming and yelling, and Tiger'd probably hate me. Phill might fucking give me a thumbs up or two. But we're just old enough to where those, like you said, those guys were our idols kind of in golf coming up, and we looked up to them and we followed them their whole career. I can watch fucking JT and John Rahm go together off fucking for the next 20 years, you know. But I'm following Tiger and Phill.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's when the question was submitted and I thought about it and I'm like, I want to say JT and John Rahm just because I want to get in their head. I want to do some shit that pisses them off just so I could I could laugh at you and we can tell the listeners about it. But my heart took me to Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. Like, you're only going to get so many more opportunities of that. I mean, shit, they only had 38 pairings together in their entire career. So I'm going with Tiger and Phil.
That was a good question. Kate hates golf.
Yeah,
I like that one. Well, my next one's from Christina out of Sacramento. I'm assuming she's a new fan because I haven't seen this name on there. But she wants to know, Jeff and JC, what is your favorite part about being the Aloha Press, doing the Aloha Press?
Would you like to start or me?
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay, well, so I sold everything. Okay, I lived in California. I don't know if you're aware of that. Like 5, 6, I can't even count. Back in May, I lived in California. I sold everything to go all in on the Aloha Press. So this is my dream come true. I mean, playing golf for a living, riding, talking golf, this is an absolute dream come true. What motivates me every day is we bring content that no one else will and who is too scared to bring it because they are anchored to brands and sponsors and are more worried about offending people than we are. So that's why I do it. How about you, buddy?
Yeah, well, so I thought that was a good question too. That's kind of a deep question for us,
Super
usually,
deep.
But when I saw this question, I thought back. I'm like, if these people only knew in the beginning when we started doing this, like we went out to shitty little fucking 9 holes and did reviews, right? We were doing golf course reviews with the hope that maybe we'd get a free round of golf. That's how this whole fucking thing started.
Yeah.
So I think one of my favorite parts is that we're ever changing. We adapt. We don't ever get stuck in a rut because we'll fucking try something new. We're not afraid.
No.
And then second of all, different, like you said, but we are bringing new people to the game of golf that have probably never even held a club at some of them. And now they're playing it. They're following us. They're watching our shows. They're coming to our tournaments. I mean, K9 Kate, I'll give her a shout out. That lady is taking up golf and kind of taking an interest in the golfs that we're showing. And, she probably never in her life thought she'd be playing golf and hanging out with the Aloha Press.
No, absolutely not. I mean, the cool thing about golf is that you can do it for a long time and you could do it in a way that you can do it any way you want. You can dress like an idiot. You can dress like Adam Scott, or you can dress like Patrick Cantlay, or you can listen to us and get our hot takes on how we dress and then go out in Aloha Press. And it's more of, like in one of our posts earlier this week, it's more of a lifestyle than it is a brand or a clothing line or a show or a YouTube show. It's more than that. It's a group of people with a common interest of going all in on a sport that you can consume some beverages at times, smoke some cigars, and have a great time, no matter where you are in the world at any point in time. So awesome question. Deep question. Holy shit, man. Got me all rattled there. All right. Woo. So my next question is from Tom from Atlanta. We did a little piece on kind of members at Sherwood Country Club, and I was kind of shocked on some of the guys who are actually members out there. So they proposed a question of your dream foursome. Okay. They listed out 3 golfers, okay? And you get to pick who you want to join up with, okay? It's an 8:10 tee time and an 8:15 tee time, okay? Tom didn't go in as much detail. I added a few little things to spice it up a little bit. So group one shows up to the tee, and then in the first tee announcer goes, "Hey, do you want to play with Joe Pesci, Tom Selleck, or Sean Connery?" But on the range, warming up for their 8:15 tee time is Justin Timberlake, Mel Gibson, or Caitlyn Jenner. Who are you playing with, buddy? Are you going 8:10 with Group A, or are you rolling the dice with Group B?
I'm getting off early and I'm fucking playing fast and fucking I'm gonna listen to Joe Pesci fucking run his mouth all day long.
That's a great answer. I mean, can you imagine playing golf with Joe Pesci? Like, I just want him to like reenact all the best like Italian gangster movies like in the world. Like he's iconic. And then you got Tom Selleck. I mean, I just want to touch his mustache, right? Like it's just incredible. And then Sean Connery, like, just talk to me, bro. Just talk to me all day. I don't care what you say, just talk to me, right?
Yeah, I think that's my pick. I'm joining up with that first group. We're going out there and we're banging it around.
See, I went the other direction, buddy. I went with Group B. I'm letting you four go, and you know what? I'm joining a group that is a great business decision. Okay, one, JT, Justin Timberlake. You know you're gonna have a good time. Okay, you're gonna be listening to some music. All right. I'm gonna try and talk him into joining the podcast occasionally, and then I want to hear Mel Gibson's crazy ass just talk some shit. Like I want to hear about your religion, maybe. I want to hear about your crazy fucking like episodes, maybe your dealings with depression. And then I'm going to jump in the car and we're going to ride 18 holes with Caitlyn Jenner. I just want to know how you do it. How do you create a family that's just billionaires? Like you transform yourself from a man to a woman, which is crazy. And then you do it by parenting like just like people who do incredible things, like who make nothing out of everything. Like it's just incredible. So I'm going Group B, and I'm gonna laugh at your ass all the way from the rear, buddy. I'm going Group B 8:15.
That's a different 6 people to come up with. That's pretty impressive there, Tom.
Can you imagine the membership there? Like, what does that member tournament look like? It just, it's incredible. With the final question coming in from Augusta, Georgia, Jim Beam, okay, showing up, wants to know Saturday, Phil Mickelson driving down Magnolia Lane dressed in all black. Is he giving us another hit bombs and attack pins video?
100%. He's gonna have that goddamn coffee cup in his left hand. He's gonna be talking into the freaking camera. He might crash into a fucking planter box, but there is no doubt if Phil's around on a Saturday, he's giving us a video.
I just feel like if you're driving down, I've seen Magnolia Lane. It's only like 200 yards long. It's not long enough to film a real long 60-second video. I need him like to be trailered, but I need him like in a unique type vehicle. I need him on like a fucking horse, and carriage, like something unique. Like maybe a Suzuki Gixxer 750, just like revving that thing, helmet off, just fucking talking to the camera like a Jagged Edge and fucking R. Kelly music video. I mean,
hey, we need another video from Phil. We need a new one-liner, because then we can fucking have a new intro to the podcast if he plays well.
I don't. This might turn into the Champions Tour podcast. But with that being said, Jeff, greatly appreciate it, guys, for listening, subscribing, hitting the like button, and telling your friends about it. If you leave a review on Apple Podcasts or a comment, I'm going to send you free gear here at the Aloha Press. So, Jeff, in closing,
go get some fucking gear. There you go.
Yes.
I just ordered my fucking Augusta sweatshirt. I just ordered my new polo, my new hat. Could be here in Sutter Creek in 5-7 business days. Free shipping. Golf tees coming too. Go get some fucking gear.
Go get some gear. And all you got to do is go to thealohapress.com and go shopping. Okay. Do it before Christmas is here. Okay. Do it before Black Friday, because I guarantee you one thing. We're not having a Black Friday sale. The sale going on now is the same shit because I can't figure it out on the website. Okay. So you're stuck. All right. But what I will do is I guarantee you're going to get some cool gear directly from us. And if that's golf tees, divot tools, some unique gear that is not on the website. So hell, maybe even a golf towel. You never know. So,
All right, brother. Till next week.
till next week. See you guys later.